Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 6th episode of Kanojo mo Kanojo. And this show does continue to be the most just amazing new show of the season. Just pure insanity. You really never know what you're gonna get. Like, for example, last episode, Midika, she asked to be this man's third girlfriend, and he said no, because two is enough, I guess. But, you know, she responded like anyone would, and that was to just kind of like camp out in his yard until he changes his mind, right? I do admire that determination, the willpower, just wow. And she continued to do her MeTuber stuff, like live streaming or push-ups or whatever. It's I don't know about this show. I'm glad it's in my life, but I just don't know about it. Okay, now this episode, I assume we're gonna continue with the Midika stuff for at least for a little bit, right? And we'll see how that ends. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how much more she has in her. So let's jump into it. So 3, 2, 1, play. That she is. What do you do in the situation? Are we having a straight up barbecue in the yard? Okay. Okay. Just having a barbecue in somebody else's yard. What do you do? What can you do? I mean, if you're offering. I don't think things gonna take more than that. Yeah, everyone has their limits. Yeah, please try to understand this abnormal situation. Please don't try to make it more abnormal. That's all he asks. We're not getting anywhere. Do you? Do you, though? Oh. Yeah, I guess we could call that a failure. A tactical retreat probably is necessary. You know, tactical retreat into the opening. Bum 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 bum. So yeah, we are continuing the battle. Bum 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 bum. Please go home. No. So yeah, the entire episode actually might be spent on Midika at this rate. I thought maybe we might wrap it up in like the first 5 minutes, but doesn't look like it. She has her pride after all. I mean, she said it, so it must be true. This girl that just showers in someone else's yard. I mean, what is pride, really? Maybe I should reevaluate my understanding of the term. I mean, technically, I've never looked at the definition of it. I just kind of assumed I knew what it meant by context, but... Bum, 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 bum. Soon is dead, right? I remember that title now. Man, she just looks... The look on her face, you think she's winning this battle. She would jiggle. I would love to. Like, sure, if you say so. Oh, she's moving? Bathroom time. Toilet break. Is that what this is? I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the only what, two? We're gonna get rid of all of her goods while she's gone. Like, yeah, somebody just dumped this stuff in my yard. Could you just get rid of it for me, please? She should invest in a bottle in that tent. Have you betrayed me? I mean, she was okay with the second one. It's not that much of a stretch to be okay with the third one. Like, those two things, the gap is different. Like, having 2 dragons in your home is not much of a big deal over one. You know, Kobayashi. This would be a weird way to go about Stockholm Syndrome, but I guess it's possible. Like, you know, it kind of worked on me a little bit. You know, common sense really doesn't apply much to our situation. Man, she can really lift up that leg. Wish I could do that. I don't think I'm that flexible. Feel like it's been a while. I think she'll eventually get that third girlfriend slot. Thank you. I trust you to not get a third girlfriend. You're definitely a lucky man, I'll tell you that. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. I can live with this for a while. I'm not in a rush. I do appreciate this man's honesty. I mean, the girl's a famous MeTuber with huge boobs that just lives in his yard right now. We're breaking out the wrestling moves. Yeah, how do you not fall in love with this girl? There's only so much jiggle a man can handle before he breaks. Ow. Not quite the response I expected. He's doing his best, okay? Thank you for the phone. Okay, let's see how this goes. Dad. Oh, she was sort of at a friend's house. I mean, Saki technically is there, but I feel like that was deliberately misleading. Yeah, I didn't even think about it, but yeah, of course the dad would be worried. Probably doesn't even know his daughter's a MeTuber. Showing off that cleavage for views. He might not approve. This is kind of mean, so I can't really get behind it. Like, I know he's in the right because it's his place, right? But still, it's about the feeling, not the objectiveness. He's gotta come home to just not a home anymore. He's kind of a biased party member. I guess I can imagine why that would be a blow to your pride. I don't know if she's handling it the best way though. You should. You probably don't want to go back home, or to his home, to your provisional home. He's gonna fall for it, isn't he? Oh god, I thought she would just run by him. Oh god. That was a bit uncalled for. Okay, so now we're not even done yet. So yeah, we can't even make any excuses. Well, it wasn't our house, so... I tried my best, she kicked me, okay? Oh, okay, we got her. Quick, go, 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 go. I'll hold her back. This is just such an insane situation. But it always has been. What is she about to... Oh no. She's calling reinforcements. These people were not there a second ago. They were not there a second ago. You know, they can clearly see all he's grabbing is your stomach. I kind of feel like this might not go how you think. They might know him, they might, you know he wouldn't do such a thing if he has a reputation. Doubling down. That's who he is. Just yell it out for everyone to hear. These people are going to be very confused about what's going on. He's just confused. Don't listen to this man. He's gonna kick him again. I love that leg lift, though. I'm not giving up. This man, that's one thing he does not do, it's give up. I don't think he was. I mean, I tried to, but to no avail. I mean, he would still do his best. Filthy liar. I'll pay any amount of money, just go away. It's a small price to pay to get you a leave. This poor man. Well, that all just happened. So who's winning right now? He's a lot more than just that. The skirt is so short that you really can't almost see a pantsu. There's some angles that make that pretty clear. Did we just unlock the data? Is that what this is? Because it's, you know, the title. What are you gonna say? That's a good question. Yeah, I think this was a moment that that she went from just battling for the sake of pride to actually falling in love. I think that is what that moment was. What are you gonna say? Okay, well, I guess that's that. Is she pushing him down? We're... Mission failed. One step forward, 2 steps back. I got room at my place. I would imagine, but oh, is that the Papa? Did he finally track her down? I mean, Saki lives right next to him, so saying that she's at Saki's place is actually not... Yeah, it would be pretty easy to track her down on that basis. So, I'm actually not too surprised now that I think about it. Do people at school know she's here? I'm just staying at this guy's house. Hope you don't mind, Dad. You know, this guy you never met. Yeah, I'm not her boyfriend. I'm just a guy she's staying with. We don't need to tell him that, man. This guy... He just loves saying unnecessary stuff. Well, when you put it like that, Dad, it sounds weird. I'm just living in his yard. It's the weirdest case of tsundere I've seen in a while. Tsundere? Is that what we're gonna bring up? Okay, well that too. I mean, kind of go hand in hand. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear. You can't tell me what to do, Dad. I'll love who I want. What are you possibly going to say here? Good start. Nobody in their right mind would say that. Like... Yeah, that's just objectively true. I thought that said backdoor at first. Well, that is a lot more than I have. Yeah, I didn't think of you about that. Mirika, what does this here about you showing yourself off on the internet for views? Really? He found it out just by searching? Yeah, she doesn't use a real name. How did he find it that quickly? Unless he used her phone, but I don't know. Oh no. The push-up vids, the jiggle, the cleavage for the world to see. Papa is so disappointed. Let's just keep going and see how... I love this man. It's a respectable job, Dad, I swear. Gonna have a long talk, young lady. Nice, Papa. Our ally, an unexpected ally. But I'm waiting for... Oh God! Well, I wasn't waiting for that. I was waiting for like for Naoya to do something, but damn. She's entered her rebellious stage. I definitely feel for the dad here. His daughter just suddenly runs away, lives in some random dude's yard. It's not even her boyfriend. He's a two-timer. Posts lewd videos of herself on the internet. All found out in like the same 5 minutes. Let's not do anything too crazy. Yeah, let's not. I know, it takes a lot of jiggle. 50,000 subscribers really isn't that impressive, honestly, but I'm not gonna ruin the moment. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It actually shows all of it. Not like she's a Twitch thought or something. Yeah, just erasing all of her hard work. You can't do that. It wouldn't be okay. Okay, I mean that's essentially entered third girlfriend slot. Essentially, I'm pretty sure at this point. That's definitely Otome face. We make room for her. Get her a futon, it'll be fine. Man, seeing the dare is pretty satisfying, I'll be honest. I mean, it usually is, but... There's some things you just don't do, that's one of them. Like, you don't get those videos back if you delete them. Matana. Oh god, my heart. I think she is serious at this point. I think at this point, like, nobody signed any papers yet, but I think at this point she's pretty much gotten third girlfriend status. Show is just special. The show is special. It doesn't get much more special than this show. This show needs a toothbrush scene. That's all it needs. I still wonder how he found her account, though. Like, because I don't think he used her phone that time, because I think the case color was different, but... And, you know, if he didn't know she was a MeTuber, he wouldn't know her MeTuber name. Not like you would find her just by typing in her real name, Rika. So I don't know. If I did miss something, feel free to let me know, but... Can't remember if the show has stingers or not. No, we just got alright. Okay. I mean I did, but I tried to stop it before the preview started up, and I mean it started, and then I saw bunny girls, and the frame I actually managed to stop it on is bunny girl butt. So just Jesus Christ, I'm not even sure whose butt it is, but okay, yeah, that is quite distracting. Anyway, that was the 6th episode of Kanojo Mo Kanojo. Oh god, I feel like I need a nap every time I watch an episode of this show. Okay, where do we even begin? This episode actually felt like it was 5 minutes long, but yeah, I mean, we started off with him just kind of like asking, hey, Midika, what do you want to call her? Could you please leave? I mean, I appreciate how you like me and stuff. You know, feelings are appreciated, but like, please go away. That's kind of the gist of what he was trying to get across, right? Like, he doesn't want to be mean to her, but also he doesn't want her to be his 3rd girlfriend for reasons that have been stated. And he's just kind of like, could you please go? Like, you're just like getting more and more stuff in my yard, and like, just go away, please. That's kind of what that was all about. But no. She said no. She's just doing a barbecue. And yeah, that didn't work. But the one thing we had going for us is the fact that she did have to occasionally use the toilet. And she did not have one in that yard, surprisingly. You know, I honestly wouldn't put it past this girl to have a bottle in that tent. Right? Film that for some views. But no, apparently she just goes to the local konbini to do that. Fair enough, but that does leave an opportunity for us to just like take up all of her stuff and get it out of here, right? Although there was a lot of debate about whether or not we should do that, right? We had a big discussion in that scene, which probably took a decent chunk of the episode, honestly. Even had some wrestling moves broken out at certain points of it, right? But yeah, things got quite exciting when she came back. Our man just doing his best to like keep her at bay, you know, and to the point where she's like getting suspicious, and she eventually saw what was happening. All of her stuff that she paid like 1,000,000 yen for, even though it was like really 200,000, just being gotten rid of. I actually thought she would show up and it would just all be gone. That's what I was expecting, but it's actually much better that she showed up at like the tail end of it, because that just like makes it the most awkward. Just like we're just, it was great, right? And then we had him trying to restrain her, which was great. He just like grabbing her, and she broke out the forbidden technique to basically just yell out that she's being attacked by a molester, right? Which didn't actually work too well. I mean, the way I expected this to go, people would be like, "Oh, that's Naoya, right? He's a honest, good, straightforward boy. He wouldn't do something like that. Let's just move along," and people would just go about their business. That's kind of what I was expecting. Didn't quite go like that. It just, although nobody, also like, there's also no like. Nobody tried to interfere in any way, so it was essentially the same thing at the end of the day, right? But eventually we just both ended up on the ground. Just, you know, for a Science of Life show, there's a lot of like action in this show, a lot of like fighting, battling, moves, maneuvers, grabbing, dodging, just all that sort of stuff, right? So, very chaotic sort of show, but. Just, and then the dad showed up, you know, because things weren't chaotic enough. The dad did eventually show up, so I thought it would be because he would go to Saki's place and then he'd find out that, oh, she's next door, right? And then he'd do that. But apparently he went to school and asked. I didn't know if school people would know about that, but whatever, whatever. But yeah, it's just, I couldn't help but kind of look at this from the father's perspective. His daughter just suddenly disappears one day, being like, "Hey, I'm staying over at a friend's house," and for like probably days, and just he goes over to find her. What does he find? It wasn't actually at that supposed friend's house. It was at somebody else's house, a boy's house who he had never met. That not only. That wasn't even her boyfriend, right? Because that'd be bad enough, but it's just some guy, right? Just some guy that's with like multiple women, so probably comes across as like a playboy kind of guy from his perspective, right? Also, just, you know, lives in his yard, and to make matters worse, he, you know, kind of rejects his daughter, right? So, kind of can be interpreted as considering her unattractive, but he did try to make sure that that misunderstanding was cleared up, because he does acknowledge that she's attractive, because anybody should acknowledge that. Like, she is definitely top tier waifu material. Like, there's no doubt about that. I would have put her in my third girlfriend slot like that, an episode or two ago, right? But this guy is quite stubborn. So, but although I do think at the end she finally did break through. I mean, for one thing, she actually finally fell in love with him. It was no longer just a battle of pride. You know, we got all that, the blushing, the just otome face, as they kind of said. Just like, it's pretty clear how she feels, for sure, right? Just some of the looks she gave, some of the things she said, some of the tone of voices, the blushing, it's pretty clear, right? And then, just because we had to like keep escalating things, eventually he finds out that she's a MeTuber, right? His daughter just posts videos of herself online, of her boobs, like obviously not fully exposed, because you would get your videos, your channel deleted on YouTube if you did that, right? Unless you called it yoga or something. Otherwise, yeah, you'd usually get it deleted. So it's not really that bad, just showing off some cleavage. There's much worse things, for sure. But still, it's got to come as a bit of a shock to him. Although I do think deleting the channel is a little bit overreaction. Like, let's not go that far. These shameful videos of push-ups. How could you? But... And then, yeah, we have the protagonist trying to, like, proclaim the legitimacy of it. Like, the hard work that goes into making these cleavage videos, right? Like, I mean... I know he's trying to like defend it, but really it's still really low quality content, right? Like, it's higher quality than when I do, don't get me wrong, but still it is not. It's, even if you try to bring in things like thumbnail choices, you know, camera angles, like, there's really just, when you compare it to some of the higher quality content on YouTube, like video essays, yeah, I actually don't watch that many different types of videos on YouTube, honestly. But, you know, any video essay type stuff, you know, when you take a topic and you do a lot of in-depth research about it, and you edit a lot of relevant clips together, and sometimes, you know, write some witty lines in your long script that you write. When you compare it to something like that, cleavage push-ups is not that high quality of content, right? So I was kind of like half with the protagonist during some of these rants, but still, she has the right to make it at the end of the day. You know, if it's something she's passionate about, she's having fun with, she's, you know, getting popular, it's fine. You know, she should be able to keep doing it. That's kind of the gist of it, and that's fine, right? Also, 50,000 subscribers isn't a lot. I know I shouldn't say that when I have like roughly 6,000 myself, but like, there are countless channels with 100,000 plus subscribers on YouTube, right? Like, you could throw, they're like a dime a dozen. You could throw a rock at one, and like in the distance it'll hit one of them, right? It's that sort of thing. But still, I mean, 50,000, you can still be somewhat proud of that, especially if, yeah, you are in high school, right? So I'm not trying to downplay her success or anything, but I guess it is kind of what I'm doing. But just let her do her thing, Dad. I get that's just kind of the gist of what I was trying to say. Even if it's not the most, you know, the most respectable content in the world, it's also not the least, right? Just let her do her thing. But yeah, we got a lot of really great Midika cuteness this episode, especially that one look we ended off on, the see you look, right? As she's like, you know, looking behind those eyes. Like, a lot of work was put into making that face absolutely gorgeous. But yeah. And also the look on the other two, because they realized that things have escalated, things that went up a step. It went from that battle of pride to, no, this is Onotome in love. She's serious now. Like, this is not over, right? She's essentially got that third girlfriend slot. We may not have made it official yet, but he had that line about I'll protect her or whatever, so that's essentially a, you know, love confession, right? So yeah, she basically has that slot, as far as I can tell. And maybe we'll move on to the fourth girl next episode. I mean, maybe not. Maybe we'll take a bit more time to have a bit more of a chill dynamic with Midika, right? You know, take like a bit of a cooling period. But I do look forward to getting our silver-haired girl nonetheless, because I imagine she's very different than Midika, but she's also got to be pretty entertaining, right? Pretty interesting, because this show. There's one thing, all the three girlfriends, right? They're very different people from each other, but the one thing they have in common is that they're all insane, So I have to imagine that trend will continue with the fourth girl. So I'm just kind of curious how she'll still be insane, but still be noticeably different than the others. Because so far, all three have been noticeably different. So I'm just, my curiosity, my hypeness for her as a character has been really building up. Like, I know we've gotten a little bit of her here and there. Actually, not much of her for a while. So I actually am kind of vague on what we even have gotten of her so far, but I know it hasn't been much. So really am hyped to see her eventually. So yeah, I like the episode, if that's not clear. I am still really continuing to enjoy this show. Just it's kind of my happy place, right? So also the scene when she ripped up the IOU, that was pretty cool too, because she values him more than she values any kind of money she would pay him. He would pay her to go away. So I do like the dramatic paper ripping scene. So and really good stuff. I really do like Mirika a lot. I don't know how much I've really talked about her as like an individual character, but like, I mean, because initially I was a little bit hesitant because her boobs are just like above the level that I find attractive, right? It's just kind of crossed that threshold for me. But that is like the only complaint I could possibly leverage at her. And literally everything else is just perfection. She's just such a top tier example of a tsundere character. You know, her voice is great. She just overall just has a nice body. She obviously has a lot of guts, a lot of determination, a lot of passion. Just a lot of cute lines, a lot of cute looks, a lot of just the skirt. She looks great in that skirt. Just, I don't know, just like, she's just really lovable, in my opinion. It's really hard to come up with a best girl in this show. Like, I was pretty sure it would be Saki, just because she's more to my preferences than Nagisa, like, character design-wise. But, man, I think, after these past couple episodes, I think Mirika might have passed her. Even with the oversized chest, I still think I might like her a little bit better. I honestly think so, which I really did not think I would say that. But like these past couple episodes, she's just Stockholm Syndrome, I guess you could call it. I don't know. But she's really grown on me. Like, she's just kind of the best. I don't know. But yeah, I think I gotta give her the #1 slot right now. But we'll see how things change. Like I said, we still have one more girl left to go. But for now, that's it. So, if you like this video, please click that like button, support me on Patreon, leave a comment, all that good YouTuber stuff. And I hope to see you in the next one. Till then, bye-bye.